guys, I hope you found the 20 minute stream. We're just doing a quick stream before I go out, so just about 20 minutes long. So, this is on Nürburgring, so there's 2 laps of this. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do with this camera on this track, but we'll have a look to see how we do. Yeah, well, I'm going to be off the track. This is a lot harder than it seems. Too bad at all now. Go back onto that camera now. Whoa, dear, I had to literally just avoid that car. Well for fastest lap of the race. Whoa! Sorry! Good it! Oh dear, track again. At least it's sunny, that's for sure. I've never done a 24-hour race on this track. It probably would be quite challenging. Saw someone on YouTube do a 28 hour stream. Wow. I think he had like 6 hours of rain, so on here. So you know, this track that definitely does change the weather conditions quite quick. It's quite one of the challenging races. It's actually quite similar to Belfast Spa in a way. Not the layout of the track, I mean, you know, the way the weather conditions can just suddenly change really, really quickly. So that's quite similar. But if you think about Spa and Nürburgring, they both are uphill, just like at the moment we're going uphill. You know, obviously Nürburgring is a lot bigger track than Spa. Good it. That's going wrong. I think probably many people come off the track on this track. It is one of the hardest around. Quite fun, but I'm not exactly sure how fun it would be doing it for 28 hours. Especially with the time. I'm off the track again. Back on the track before the 3 seconds got up. Okay, now we're going down the hill, so like I said in my intro of my video, the race will be at 16:00 on the 14th of June, so if you don't know where to watch that, it will be available on Discovery Plus. If you have Discovery Plus, the Le Mans race will be available on there. They don't have Eurosport now on Sky. I'm not exactly sure if they have that version. I don't have version, I only have Sky, so I'm only going by my Sky TV. But if you want to watch the race, Discovery Plus is the best way to go for that. So I think it's 4 o'clock UK time, wherever you are in the world watching it, or in Europe, will depend on your location, but for the UK it begins at 4 o'clock, and I am on the track again. And again, limit now. A few times. There we go, now we're going down straight. So on Le Mans we can hit a 2.34 on this track. On Le Mans we can hit 2.34. Let's see if we can do better than that. We probably will be able to. Let's see what the full speed of this car is. It looks like 235. Yeah, 235. 235 miles an hour this car goes. Which isn't bad. That is a extremely fast car. I don't particularly know why they're struggling so much on WEC, to be honest, because it's, well, from driving it on the game, it's a good track, it's a good car, but I don't particularly, I'm not really familiar with the drivers that drive the Aston Martin on WEC. I'll have a look to see who they are. I don't recognize them from familiar names. So I'm not sure if it's the driver itself or if it's a car, you know, in progress. It's only been in WEC for this year. So it's in the debut year. I'm not sure if it actually participated in the months last year. If someone does know that knowledge, that'd be extremely useful information for me and for other people. But not particularly sure. As far as I'm aware, this is the debut year for Aston Martin, and they haven't been doing too great. But like I said, I think it's in manufacture in progress. The car will obviously get better. I'm pretty sure they will keep it in the WEC. Well, I'm going to go for a lap without coming off the track. I temporarily come off the track. But yeah, I think the car, you know, the car will get better as the years go on. It's, like I said, it's a good car. It just isn't performing well in the came off slightly. What was my last lap time? A 6:29. Wow, that's a quick time on Liverpool, Aston Martin. And I did come off the track a few times. Let's see how we managed to do on this one. I'm not exactly sure how my time is. I think I was ahead of my time earlier. We're still going up the hill. Yeah, so we're currently 3 days away from my 24-hour stream. I do want to let you guys know in advance, I will be taking breaks during that stream because, you know, it's a 24-hour. I will need to take breaks. I don't have a steering wheel at the moment, but I will be getting a steering wheel again in the near future. Just waiting to move, and then we'll be getting all my streaming stuff back to the way I used to have it before. Boy, it's a bit misty. Wow. I almost managed to stay on the track. I was going a little too fast. Okay, so I'm 15 seconds ahead of my last lap time, which will mean we will be doing inside the 6 minute. We are on the final lap now. We will be going down the hill soon. Well, we're 1 minute 9 seconds ahead. I think I am in a lot faster car today, I have to say. Oh dear! Spun out. Oh well, that was a great spinning out, because by the time I went all the way round, I got back in the straight line. So, not too bad. About 12 seconds ahead, yeah, I really slowed down my lap time. This is probably one of the hardest part of the track, I would probably say. The stage I'm coming round now. About 13 seconds faster on this lap now. Being more cautious around corners now. Try to stop coming off the track too much. Hold it. I actually I got that one pretty wrong. But there we go, now we're going back down the straight. So, yes, oh well, we're actually 14 seconds faster on this lap. So we've actually regained the last time. We're down to 12, now we're back to 14. Here we go. There you go, it's finished. That was another one. So we're 4. We've done 4 now. Yeah, we're 1 minute 36 seconds ahead, so of them. So. Up to 1.6 million. 92 miles we've done today. So, we are down to the final race now, and we will just have a look to see what the final race will be. So we'll get a 6-star roulette ticket, and we're going to be on the Trial Mountain Circuit. I'm aware of this track. Let's have a look to see what car to use. Let's have a look. We can't use the Valkyrie. Let's have a look. The Bugatti. Can't use that car either. La Ferrari we can use. Anything that's less than 900 we can use, that's for sure. Honda Sports. That hasn't been upgraded though. Have a look. Okay, we'll drive in the Mazda. We're on soft tyres, that'll do. So here we go. Oh, there's 10 laps of this. Finish the weekly event off. We should be able to fit this in. I remember this track used to be on Gran Turismo 3. Anyone who's old enough to play Gran Turismo 3 will remember the track. Obviously when I played that game I was only 11 years old back in 2002. Fast forward to 20 years later, over 20 years later actually, I'm now 33. So we indeed at least finished third. Oh well, I'm 35 seconds behind. Flag. Someone obviously crashed. Going past one car, going past 2 cars. We will not go past 3 cars. Oh yes we will. Oh, you accent. Wax into you. And then I'll wax. I'm going to be winning this race, that's for sure. Oh, and I'm up to 13. 32 seconds behind now. try to take me out. What is going on between them? You're going to stay ahead of me this time. Bye bye. 12 seconds is the gap between me and 9th place. I need to try to close the gap to 15 seconds by the time halfway of this race gets. Seconds is a gap between me and 9th place still. I am closing the gap, but just not enough. There's that car up there, 9th place. So, I don't know, I'm still 10th, so just approached halfway through the race. So, winning this way is definitely out of the question. Word, you joke, 15 seconds behind. Oh, great. Where is it? Pit stop on it, yeah. Right there. mediums and hard tyres. 12th place now. Alright, coming out. I'm going to come out in 12th. Yeah, looks like it. Oh wow, they're pitting now. They're miles ahead of me. climb to 8th. We're going to get to 7th, but we will do this final race later on, that's for sure. We need to stay ahead. Oh no, we've got 1 lap remaining. This race is just about to end. So on the first attempt, we gave it a go, and we finished 8th. That is going to be the end of the stream for now, guys. We will be live later on today, later on tonight, and we'll give this another go. But that is it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Clay, 2021. Goodbye for now.